A very good morning to all. I welcome you once again in the subject of managerial economics. It is the compulsory subject for the post graduation. So, we started with the very basic what is the economics is all about. You know, the economics means the disequilibrium किंवा आपण असं म्हणूया की economics is arise due to the disequilibrium arise between unlimited wants and limited resources. It has very ancient history from the Kautilya. At that time he wrote the book name was Arthashastra. In that particular book he explained the various concepts regarding economics. Later on Ragnar Frisch classified the economics into two parts, that is microeconomics and macroeconomics. When you study about any one firm, then it came under microeconomics. But when you study about the aggregate industry, then it is came under the macroeconomics. The basic difference means the micro is the study of small part of economy and macro means the study of aggregate economy. Same like that, now we have to study the managerial economics. It is the branch of economics. It studies the economic theories, principle and the concept which used in managerial decision making. When you will be the appointed as a manager in any business firm, you have to take various decisions regarding it, like factor pricing, product pricings, marketing strategy, sales strategy, number of decisions, number of tools you have to use for the economic decision making. Managerial economics is the application of various theories, concepts, principles of economics in the business decision. It is also include the application of mathematical and statistical tools for the management decision. Means here I want to clear that you are not only using the theoretical concept, but you are using the quantitative tools also to identify actual numeric requirement of the particular business firm. This is the background related to the managerial economics. Now, what are the concepts or the applications or the statistical tools given in the managerial economics are economic theories, principles and concept, and how that particular manager use that concept for his decision making. When we study about the concept of demand, elasticity of demand, this is the just conceptual knowledge acquiring. But how that manager use that concept in his business firm to take various decision is nothing but the managerial economics. So the diagram is given. The next one is given about some concept of the managerial economics. Managerial decision, the choice of the product, choice of the production method and choice of the price. Then the applications and analytical tools such as mathematical and statistical tools is to be used by the manager to fulfill his objectives, which is given in the first rectangle, that is managerial decision. Next, the managerial economics is the application of economic concept, theories and analytical tools to find the solution for managerial problems. The second one is also given, that the application of the economic concept, theories and principle in a decision making. This is the circular condition of any managerial economics. Means when the manager have to take the decision, he should find out the problem, then he should get the knowledge regarding various concepts in the economics, then he should use the application tools such as mathematical and the statistical tools for it, and then he took the decision. It should be the wise. Okay. Now the second slide is all about the managerial economics. Is consist of theories, principles and concept. And the decision making is nothing but the selection of best alternative out of various पॉसिबल अल्टरनेटिव्स. म्हणजे एखाद्या कुठल्याही गोष्टीबद्दल त्याला डिसिजन घ्यायचा असेल, आता एक साधा डिसिजन घेऊया की मी एका कंपनीची मॅनेजर आहे आणि मला 2 प्रकारच्या लिपस्टिक्स बनवायच्या आहेत किंवा कॉस्मॅटिक कंपनीमध्ये मला 2 प्रकारचे प्रोडक्ट्स बनवायचे आहेत, तर विच विल बी द बेस्ट अल्टरनेटिव्ह. तर हे डिसिजन घेणं हे सुद्धा माझ्यासाठी चॅलेंजिंग असतं, लक्षात घ्या. द सिलेक्शन ऑफ बेस्ट अल्टरनेटिव्ह आउट ऑफ द व्हेरियस पॉसिबल अल्टरनेटिव्स इज द मेन ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ द पर्टिक्युलर मॅनेजर. अँड फॉर दॅट he is using various theories of the economics, principle of the economics and various concept of the economics. Next is given some description about the economics. Economics is the queen of social science, because it's the combination of all the sectors. Economics, that word is coming from Greek language, where you studied about the household management. According to J.S. Mill, the practical science of the production and distribution is nothing but the economics. It is the study of how the people produced and spent their income. Economics is talk about the economic activity and economic problem. It is the study of logic, choice between the scarce resources and unlimited want. Economics is arise to solve the disequilibrium which is arise due to unlimited wants. माणसाच्या इच्छा ह्या अमर्यादित आहेत. अनलिमिटेड वॉन्ट्स म्हणजेच काय, द वॉन्ट इज कंटिन्युअसली इन्क्रीजेस, बट टू फुलफिल दॅट वॉन्ट्स अवेलेबल रिसोर्सेस आर ऑलवेज लिमिटेड. जे रिसोर्सेस अवेलेबल आहेत ते मात्र तिथं काय आहेत, लिमिटेड आहेत. आणि सो दॅट डिसइक्विलिब्रियम अराईज. अँड टू सॉल्व दॅट डिसइक्विलिब्रियम economic concepts are very much useful. It also helpful to get the answer of basic questions in the economy, such like what to produce, how to produce and for whom to produce. When you think about these three questions, the first thing came into your mind that what to be produced means there are two types of goods, like one is the consumer good and second one is the producer good. Means amongst these two, which should you going to produce is the question, and that question will be solved with the help of economics. Next is how to produce. How to produce means for the production of the any goods and services there are two techniques. One is labor intensive technique and second one is the machine intensive technique, or you can say the capital intensive technique. Labor intensive means you are using the labor for the production, and on the other hand machine intensive or the capital intensive technique means you are using the machinery for the production activity. Whichever is suitable for you, you can use it. Is nothing but this solution is given by the economics. And the last one is all about for whom to produce. For whom to produce in the sense, तुम्ही म्हणाल की मॅडम माणसांसाठीच तयार करणार आहे की थोडी ना जनावरांसाठी तयार करणार. येस, यू आर राईट, बट हिअर यू हॅव टू ॲनलाइज फॉर विच कन्झ्युमर माय कमॉडिटीज टू बी अफोर्डेबल. कुणासाठी अफोर्ड होईल हे सुद्धा थिंक करणं गरजेचं आहे. त्या पद्धतीनेच आपल्याला प्रोडक्शन करावं लागणार आहे, हेही तुमच्या लक्षात असू दे. तर हे जे काही बेसिक क्वेश्चन्स आहेत हे विथ द हेल्प ऑफ इकॉनॉमिक्स आपण तिथं सॉल्व करू शकतो. बेसिक नॉलेज तिथं आहे की इकॉनॉमिक्सचे 2 ब्रांचेस आहेत. There are 2 branches of economics, basically as per the Ragnar-Fritsch. Ragnar-Fritsch classify it into the 2 categories, that is micro and macro. Micro is coming from the Greek language. Micro means the small part of economy and macro means the aggregate part of economy. Now in the microeconomics, I told you the managerial economics content includes 80% concept of the micro. What is the micro? Micro is the study of particular firm, particular household, individual price, wages, income or the individual industries. Under the micro, you have to study what is the theory of individual demand, theory of market demand, theory of production, theory of market, theory of profit. But when you turn towards the macro, here you study about the aggregate economy. So here you have to consider the total industry, total output, total saving rate, total employment rate. Means when you study the total economy, aggregate economy, then it came under this title. The theory of total output and employment, general price level, theory of inflation, theory of trade cycle, economic growth. This is under the macroeconomic title. Now just we have to distinguish between what is the traditional economics and managerial economics. Traditional economics is the comprehensive and having the comprehensive and wider scope. But when you study about the managerial economics, it is limited because it just gives the idea about the applications of economic theory by the manager on any business firm. So it has limited scope and limited concept is to be cleared under managerial economics. The second is it has the both micro and macro in nature. But the managerial economics is mostly the micro in nature and macro in analysis, right? Next, the economics, it is the both normative and positive science, but managerial economics is the normative science. What is the meaning of normative and positive? Positive science means those who showing your problems, means it shows the condition which called as what it is. जेव्हा एखादा प्रॉब्लेम नुसता दाखवला जातो त्याला पॉझिटिव्ह सायन्स असं म्हणतात. बट व्हेन the solution is provided for your problem, then it called as normative science, or the valuable judgment given for your problem, then it called as normative science. Means the traditional economics is the normative as well as the positive, but the managerial economics is a normative in nature, means it does not shows you what is the actual problem of your economy or your business firm. Instead of that, it also passes the valuable judgment for it. Next is, it is the concentrated with the formulation of theory and principle. Economics gives you various formulation of the theories and principle, but on the other hand, managerial economics, it is the concentrated with application of the theory and the principle of economics. Next is, it is discuss the general problem. Economics discuss the general problem and the managerial economics discuss individual problem. Now we started with the managerial economics. What is the nature of managerial economics? It is the science as well as the art for the decision making, because the many concept of the economics involved into it, and it is helpful you to take the various decisions. So the managerial economics is the science as well as the arts for the decision making. Next is, it is essentially in the micro in nature but macro in analysis. It is mainly in a normative nature. It concentrated with the application of the theories and the principle of economics. It tried to apply, म्हणजे नुसतं शिकायचं नाही आहे डिमांड म्हणजे काय, इलास्टिसिटी म्हणजे काय, परंतु याचं ॲप्लिकेशन जे काही करायचं हे आपल्याला मॅनेजरल इकॉनॉमिक्स शिकवतं. त्याच्यानंतर इट इज द डायनॅमिक इन अ नेचर अँड नॉट इन अ स्टॅटिक. इट डिस्कस इंडिव्हिज्युअल प्रॉब्लेम्स. इट डिस्कस्ड इकॉनॉमिक बिहेवियर ऑफ द फर्म, and it concentrate on the optimum utilization of a resources. Means managerial economics help us how to utilize that available resources in a optimally manner which can be written up to future generation and not scarcely utilize. म्हणजे असलेले रिसोर्सेस पुरेपूर प्रमाणात वापरायचे, कमीही प्रमाणात नको, जास्तही प्रमाणात नको, पुरेपूर प्रमाण की पुढच्या जनरेशनलाही टिकले पाहिजेत आणि असलेल्या जनरेशनचं ते वेस्टेज पण गेलं नाही पाहिजे. अशा पद्धतीचं आपल्याला तिथं युटिलायझेशन करायचं आहे रिसोर्सेसचं. अवेलेबल नॅचरल रिसोर्सेस असू दे किंवा अजून अबंडंट रिसोर्सेस जे काही आहेत ते, परंतु ते करत असताना इट शुड बी ऑप्टिमाइज, अँड दिस इज द नेचर ऑफ द मॅनेजरियल इकॉनॉमिक्स. नाव the first thing came into your mind that which are the subject matters you have to study under the title of managerial economics. इथं आता कोणत्या पद्धतीचे आपल्याला अभ्यास करायचा आहे, कोणत्या पद्धतीचे आपल्याला तिथं कन्सेप्ट घ्यायचे आहेत मॅनेजरियल इकॉनॉमिक्सच्या अंडर, तर ते आपल्याला बघणार आहे. फर्स्ट तर आपण शिकणार आहोत ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह ऑफ द फर्म. कुठली फर्म एस्टॅब्लिश झाली तर तिचं ऑब्जेक्ट काय असतं. आता तुम्ही म्हणाल मॅडम प्रॉफिट मॅक्झिमायझेशन इज द सोल ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह. नो गाईज, वेगवेगळे ऑब्जेक्ट्स असतात. सेल्स मॅक्झिमायझेशन, एक्सपोर्ट मॅक्झिमायझेशन, असे काही वेगवेगळे ऑब्जेक्ट्स असतात. ते ऑब्जेक्ट आपल्याला इथं स्टडी करायचे आहेत. नेक्स्ट, डिमांड ॲनालिसिस अँड फॉरकास्टिंग. यू नो द डिमांड मीन्स डिझायर प्लस ॲबिलिटी टू पे प्लस विलिंगनेस टू पे, अँड इट्स फॉरकास्टिंग. फॉरकास्टिंग मीन्स estimation of future demand. Next, production and cost analysis. How much production you have to do, what should be the cost. Next is the pricing decisions. Whenever you produced any product like goods and services, you have to decide the price of that product, and for that you have to consider various situations like market conditions, availability of raw material, number of things you have to consider. It's called as a pricing decision. Next is the profit management, capital management, market structure. There are number of market, you studied it in a 12th standard. There are 4 types of market. Perfect competition is there, monopoly is there, monopolistic competition is there, and oligopoly is there. 4 types of market briefly we studied. Under this market, how the prices are determined, that concept we already studied in the first year. But in this year, or under the title of managerial economics, you have to acquire the knowledge regarding this again, but it should be in a deep manner. Next, the inflation and economic condition. It is also having studied under the managerial economics. The next is all about, in this slide we briefly study what is the managerial economics. Economics is the social science which studies the human behavior in the relation to optimizing the allocation of available resources to achieve the given end. The Graham and the Pappas define the managerial economics as the application of economic theories and methodologies to the business administration practices. What is the managerial economics? Here you can see that the management decision science for the mathematical economics, managerial economics applications, and the optimum solution of the managerial problems. Now we are talking about the characteristics of the managerial economics. It involves and the application of economic theories, especially microeconomic analysis, is to the practical problem solving the real business life. It is essential for the applied microeconomics. It is the science as well as the arts to facilitating the better managerial discipline. It explore, enhance the economic madness, awareness of the business problem and the managerial decision. It is the concentrate with the firm's behavior in the optimum allocation of resources. It provides the tools to help the identify the best course amongst the alternative and competing activity. Which are the scope we have to consider under the managerial economics? One is the demand analysis and forecasting. Second is the cost analysis. Third one is the production and supply analysis. Fourth one is the pricing decision and policies. Next one is the profit management, and last one is the capital management. Means these are the 6 scope you have to study, and this is the 6 scope of the managerial economics. One by one we are going to focus on it, but just you have to remember the characteristics. Characteristics is the application of economic theories. It is not only the science but it is arts, and the next it is concentrated with the firm's behavior. तर तो मुद्दा तिथे दिलेला आहे. हे जे काही स्कोप आहेत हे आपण तिथं बघणारच आहोत, परंतु आज जे काही मी इंट्रोडक्शन दिलेलं आहे इट इज जस्ट you have to study regarding definition is given here. Okay, bring man the application of the economic theories and methodologies to the business administration practices. Repeat again, it is the application of economic theories and methodology to the business administration practices, and this is the characteristics, application of economic theory, science as well as the arts facilitating the better managerial discipline, and it concentrated on the firm's behavior and optimum allocation of resources. कारण रिसोर्सेस हे मोठ्या प्रमाणावर अवेलेबल असतात आणि त्याचं ऑप्टिमम युटिलायझेशन करणं हे सुद्धा मॅनेजरल इकॉनॉमिक्समधनंच आपल्याला तिथं कळत असतं. आणि दिस इज द स्कोप. जस्ट यू हॅव टू गो थ्रू द पॉईंट्स ओनली वॉट इज द स्कोप ऑफ मॅनेजरल इकॉनॉमिक्स. लॅटर ऑन वी विल गोइंग टू स्टडी इट इज डीपली बिकॉज दिस क्वेश्चन विल बी आस्क फॉर द ब्रॉड. आणि आता जर काही परीक्षा डिस्क्रिप्टिव्ह झाली किंवा ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह झाली दोन्ही पद्धतीनं आपण नोट्स तर तिथं प्रोव्हाइड करणारच आहोत, परंतु आपल्याला कन्सेप्ट क्लिअर होणं खूप जास्त गरजेचं आहे. आणि इफ यू सी दॅट स्कोप यू विल इझिली अंडरस्टूड दॅट मॅडम इट इज रिलेटेड टू मायक्रो, जस्ट द नेम इज चेंज, नवीन बारसं फक्त केलेलं आहे, बाकी सगळा जो कंटेंट आतला आहे तो सगळा मायक्रोचा आहे, बिझनेस इकॉनॉमिक्सचा आहे, जो आपण फर्स्ट इयरला तिथं शिकलेलोच होतो. तर 6 पॉईंट अगेन आय एम गोइंग टू रिवाइज. वन इज द डिमांड अनालिसिस अँड फॉरकास्टिंग, नेक्स्ट वन इज द कॉस्ट अनालिसिस, थर्ड वन इज द प्रोडक्शन अनालिसिस अँड द सप्लाय, नेक्स्ट इज द प्राइसिंग डिसिजन, policy and practices, how the prices of the product is determined in the different market. Just you have to focus how the prices are determined in the monopoly, how the prices are determined in the perfect competition, in a monopolistic and the oligopoly. And the next one is the profit management, how that profit is to be managed. For the profit regarding you have to study the 2 theories, that risk bearing profit is there and uncertainty profit is there. Next is the capital management. This is the scope. On the tomorrow's lecture we are going to study what is the scope of the managerial economics in depth. Thank you so much.